Needless to say, before we get started, I do want to go ahead and open up this Soul Essence Empowerment Workshop with a prayer. Most High and Mighty One, I thank you for all that it is that you do. I thank you for all of your goodness. I am grateful unto thee for a new day. I am grateful unto thee for a new opportunity for us all to come together in love, harmony, unity. I am grateful for togetherness. I am grateful for evolving. I am grateful for ascension. I am grateful for all that you do, all that you provide. The sun is shining brightly. The birds are chirping. I am grateful for my ears, my limbs, my body, my good health. I'm just grateful. And I'm grateful for the opportunity for all of us to come together. I pray, Most High and Mighty One, that you let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart and mind be acceptable in thy sight, Most High, my strength and my Redeemer. I give you praise, glory, and honor for this day. So be it, so it is, so it shall be. All right, you guys. So we are on the Soul Essence Empowerment journey to greater mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, professional. You guys know I always add the extra. But we are on this Soul Essence Empowerment journey brought to you by Images, imparting motivation, achieving goals, expecting success. I thank you all for joining us for this day, which is day 33. We are on the 33rd day, and our characteristic of today is credibility. Our characteristic today is credibility, you guys. Now, we know that each day we have a characteristic and we have a theme. The theme for today is continuing. And before we get any further into the information that we're going to be presented here in this presentation, I do want to talk to you guys about the theme a little more, okay? I want to talk to you about the theme for day 33, which is continuing, okay? So there is a quote by C.H. Spurgeon, which says, miracles of grace must be the seals of our ministry. Who can bestow them but the Spirit of the Most High? Again, miracles of grace must be the seals of our ministry. Who can bestow them but the Spirit of the Most High? That quote again is by C.H. Spurgeon. Now, Stephen Covey is well known today for his phrase, to live, to love, to learn, to leave a legacy. It's true that the Most High and Mighty One desires for the work of our hands to result into something that continues on after we are no longer on this earth plane, all right? What exactly lasts that long, though? Is there anything that you can think in your mind? I mean, think about the grades that we learn about that existed before we did, that are no longer on this earth realm with us. So think about what lasts exactly that long. Does that mean that you are to build some type of structure for people to occupy, or to create a foundation that funds good works, or, as most people think of it, to raise up many disciples for the Mashiach? Only the Most High knows the right answer for each individual. But one of the best criteria that the Most High gives you is that whatever you do in this life is to be done to the glory of the Most High, because that is what lasts. Now, we see in the scriptures where Isaiah declared that he saw a vision of the whole earth filled with the Most High's glory. So at least part of that is the work done by the hands of the Most High's people on the Most High's behalf in a way that produces glory for the Most High. We know that Yahushua HaMashiach said that what you do for the greatest and for the least of these counts. Even a cup of cold water that's given to someone who is thirsty is the same as giving Yahushua HaMashiach himself a drink. So you and I, just like everyone else, have a longing for a sense of purpose and meaning, for having a hand in something that changes the world for good. No one wants to go to their grave without seeing the Most High's miraculous power at work in their lives. Even though there are a lot of people that kind of wait until they're waiting until they die to achieve heaven, or see heaven, or experience it. But we're supposed to be manifesting heaven on the earth realm. We're supposed to be, while we're living, experiencing the heaven, the Shamayim, that is at hand right now, okay? So nobody wants to go to their grave without seeing the miraculous power of the Most High. We know that miracles, blessings, signs and wonders come in all shapes and sizes. Now, the time for you and I to take out of our day to spend to purify our souls and to reconnect with the energizing power of the Most High and to become divinely aligned is what opens the door for you and I to act in such a way that others see the Most High at work through us and in us. That within itself is a miracle. Dr. Henry Cloud calls what you leave behind when you are with other people your wake. Now, you all may know that wake is part of what we know for it to be is that ritual when people pass away. That first ritual is a wake, all right? But Dr. Henry Cloud calls what you leave behind when you are with other people, that is your wake. And it's the result of not just what you do, but how you do it. So ask yourself this question. Are people who interact with you more trusting, more hopeful, more happy, more fulfilled, more inspired, more empowered for having been with you? What type of impact are you leaving on the lives of other people? Do you have the credibility with others because they see you as a sincerely caring and loving person, someone who sincerely cares about what's best for them? Do they become more like their true selves when they are around you? Do you give a person space to be their authentic selves, or do they feel diminished or imprisoned in your presence? Do you produce fear or love in others? Each person whose lives that we touch will pass along the results of being in our presence with those who they touch. So in essence, each action or word from you and I becomes a part of our legacy, reaching beyond any present moment and continuing on when we are gone. Dr. Cloud proposes that the healing and the wholeness of your own heart and soul brings the greatest wake for others and the greatest fulfillment for you. Otherwise, what you're doing is passing on your own dysfunction, your own pain, your own hurt, those low vibrations, right? So you may not know yet who it is that you long to become, or who your authentic self is, or who your true and complete and whole self is. But we press on knowing that all of creation sometimes feels the same way. Sometimes there are people who feel incomplete. Yes, there are people who feel whole, but they're in divine alignment. When you're out of divine alignment, you're going to feel incomplete, like something's missing. Yet the Most High is in the waiting. The Most High is waiting on us. Romans 8:20-25 reads, everything in creation is being more or less held back. The Most High reigns in it until both creation and all the creatures are ready and can be released at the same moment into the glorious times ahead. Meanwhile, the joyful anticipation deepens. All around us, we observe a pregnant creation. The difficult times of pain throughout the world are simply birth pains. But it's not only around us, it's within us. The spirit of the Most High is arousing within us. We're also feeling the birth pains. These sterile and barren bodies of ours are yearning for full deliverance. That is why waiting does not diminish us any more than waiting diminishes a pregnant mother. We are enlarged in the waiting. We, of course, don't see what's enlarging us, but the longer we wait, the larger we become, and the more joyful our expectancy. Again, that's Romans 8:20-25. Take some time to read it yourself. So continue on, right? Even in the waiting, that's where the process begins. That's where the miracles happen, in the waiting. Trust the process. Continue on. Things are happening in you that you can't see, but they are true things. Okay? They're true things that's happening. Just like when a mother, again, they use a pregnant woman as the symbolism here. When a woman is going through the 9 months of waiting, it's not that nothing is happening. Look how much is going on within that process. Look at the miracles that's taking place over the course of those months, right? So when we are waiting, we know that there's things happening, even if we can't see it. We know and understand from nature when a seed is planted, it's not that nothing happens. Once that seed is planted, the miracles are in the process. That seed begins to grow and becomes more and more and more until finally it is manifested in the physical realm. Okay. So again, let's continue on. Things are happening in you that you can't see, but they are truer than true. There is a quote, an unknown quote, which says, the whole point of being alive is to evolve into the complete person you were intended to be. Evolving into the complete person that you were intended to be. Becoming whole. So this week, we're focusing on the power of doing. What we do is a result of the decisions that we make and the actions that we take as a result of those decisions. You and I are always one decision away from changing the course of our lives and from living the lives of our dreams. So our choices and our behaviors establish our credibility. Okay. So now we can get into the characteristic of credibility by, again, summarizing the continuum. Each person that we touch will pass along the results of being with us to those that they touch. So in essence, just remember that each action or word from you becomes part of your legacy, reaching beyond any present moment and continuing on when we or you or I are gone. All right. So we're building a lasting legacy here and we're impacting the lives of others. Do you want that impact to be positive or negative that you have on another person's life? We all have a longing for a sense of purpose and for meaning, for having a hand in something that changes the world for good, for the better, for our highest and greatest good, as well as for the highest and greatest good of those around us. No one wants to go to their grave without seeing the Most High's miraculous power at work. We must remember that miracles, signs, and wonders come in all shapes and sizes, even when we don't necessarily have the sight to see what's actually happening, okay? When you look at Proverbs 25, 4-5, it reads, for it is written, remove impurities from the silver, and the silversmith can craft a fine chalice. Remove the wicked from leadership, and authority will be credible and God honoring. All right. Credibility. What we do is a result of the decisions that we make and the actions we take as a result of those decisions, right? Credibility simply means believability. Are you someone who says one thing and does another? Can people believe what you say? We talked one day last week on what perfection is. Perfection is a person who is true to their words. And it didn't state whether the words have to be good or bad. It says a person who is true to their words, who says what they mean and mean what they say. That's a perfect person. So now we're shifting into this credibility or believability here. And it's asking, are you someone who says one thing and does another? Can people believe what you say? Without establishing our credibility or believability, we will never be true to ourselves. We won't become that perfect person without establishing that credibility, without establishing a true word. There's no deception worse than self-deception. We must hold ourselves accountable for our own legitimacy, genuineness, and yes, our authenticity. This is what lasting reputations are built on. So ultimately, we, you, I, me, us, right? Ultimately, we are the product. We are the dream, the service, the idea, the message, even the good news made flesh, made manifest. We are the body of the Mashiach. We are the Most High's representatives here in this earth realm. We are the Most High's own chosen people and royal priesthood. We are Yahuwah's own chosen people and royal priesthood. All right. A chosen nation of kings and priests. All right. Yahusha said, do you not know that you are God's? We are those people. So we have to remember that. Now here, our final point for today. You have heard it said that a person is only as good as his or her word. Consciously strive to create credibility. Practice proven credibility boosters such as being honest, being on time, being a person of your word, being dependable. We must hold ourselves accountable for our own legitimacy, genuineness, and authenticity. Authenticity, excuse me. We must hold ourselves accountable for our own legitimacy, genuineness, and authenticity, as I stated before. All right. We must hold ourselves. It doesn't say we must play a victim and blame everything on everybody else. No, it says we must hold ourselves accountable for our own legitimacy, genuineness, and authenticity. Be trustworthy in your actions. Don't lie. Don't steal. Don't cheat. Be a person of honest integrity by Yahuwah Elohim's grace, even when no one else is watching you, because that's who you truly are. You're not doing it for a show. You're not doing it to persuade other people. You're doing it because that's you. So whether somebody's watching or not, that's always going to be you. All right. We are representatives of the Most High. We are representatives of Yahuwah Elohim here in this earth realm. So may the Most High help us all to be excellent representatives of the Most High here on this earth realm, all right? There's a quote by Brian Coslow, which says, the more you are willing to accept responsibility for your actions, the more credibility you will have. So here we are on our action steps for journaling today. Please make sure that you take a screenshot of this screen so that you can begin your journaling assignment. All right, I'll give everyone just a second. I'll make sure on each platform, you guys, make sure that you are taking a screenshot of this screen, okay? Thank you so much. Please be reminded that your journaling entries must be turned in so that you can get the credit for participation in this workshop. All right, so our action steps for journaling today. Number 1, consciously strive to create credibility. Practice proven credibility boosters such as being honest, being on time, being a person of your word, being dependable. Now, what I want you to do in the journaling exercise is to write down, okay, what you need to do to create this credibility in your life. Write down these credibility boosters. Do you need to be more honest? Do you need to reject procrastination and be on time? Do you need to be a person of your word, be dependable, anything like that? Write it down. Explain to me how you're going to begin to implement these things in your lives here in your journaling assignment, all right? And then do it. Remember, credibility is actually doing what we say we're going to do. The section action step for journaling is, what is your promise to the world? Establishing your credibility is only a means to an end, not the end itself. So what can people count on you to do because you are here? What do you stand for? How will you leave your mark? How will you make sure that your legacy extends beyond just your existence? All right. These are your journaling steps today. I want you guys to enjoy that. Remember, again, take a screenshot of this so that you'll have it and turn everything in at the imagesgso@gmail.com. All right. So our final proverb for our final scripture for today is coming from Proverbs 12 and 22, which states, lying lips are an abomination to the Most High, but they that deal truly are his delights. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us today for day 33 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey, brought to you by Images Empowerment. If you need to contact Images Empowerment, please do so by calling or texting 336-528-4833. Again, that's 336-528-4833. If you need to get with us on social media, if you have a social media page, then by all means, please find us on each of the platforms. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube at Images GSO. All right, right here for you on the screen to see Images GSO. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Find us, like, share, subscribe, interact with us. If you need to send us any written correspondence, which would include the journaling assignments that those of you who are present today have to turn in for us, then make sure that you turn in all of that written correspondence to imagesgso@gmail.com. Again, send your written correspondence to our email at imagesgso@gmail.com. And to find out more about our wonderful ministry, what we do, services that we offer, events that we're going to have, and how you can be a part of our ministry, then contact us on our website or visit our website at www.imagesempowerment.org. Again, that's www.imagesempowerment.org. Thank you all for joining us today. We are going to close out in a quick prayer, and you guys can then go and finish your journaling assignments. Most High and Mighty One, I am grateful that you brought us together today to love, to learn, to share, to grow, to increase, to be better. As we depart from this workshop, I pray that you continuously are with us. Allow the Ruach HaKodesh to lead us even in our journaling assignments, lead us in the way that you should have us to go. Let your kingdom come and your will be done in our lives and on the earth realm as it is in the Shamayim in heavens. Thank you, Most High. Father, I give you all the praise, glory, and the honor. So be it, so it is, so it shall be. Thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same station. This is a workshop that's held during the weekdays at 11 a.m. Have a great day.